Right, good afternoon, everyone. We're a couple of minutes late. It's the Tuesday Yessave coaching session. I will ask you to mute at the moment, if you would, please, so that there isn't interruptions. We're going to hit on a subject which is very, very dear to my heart. And listen, this is certainly not the first time that I would have kind of broached this subject, because I actually think it's absolutely vital to what we do. And the rhetorical question I put out there was, how do some partners get lots of appointments and so earn stunning income? Isn't that what we all want to know? Right. Well, here's the thing. We all have the same company. We've got the same partner portals. We definitely have the same training offered, same tools. So what makes success for them and maybe not for others? That's the vital stuff we're going to talk about. Now, you are going to be doing things, all right? So I hope you've got pen and paper ready, because that's really good. Now, can I just ask a rhetorical, just literally put your hand up. Is there anyone here that doesn't want to make money? Now, that's not a daft question. I'll tell you why, because there are some people that do this for the social. All right. It's just that if you are here to make money, then we're in the right room. And that was not meant as a sarcastic comment, because I know some people just love the social side of it. They turn up at loads of events. They turn up at buzzes. They turn up on trainings, but they actually do nothing. So I'm just making sure that we're in the right room with the right people. Okay. So next thing I want to ask. Okay. First of all, who went to a live kickoff? Just put your hands up. Who went to a live kickoff? Okay. It's all right. Bit difficult for Fran out in Texas, Houston. You're exempt, darling. Who went on a virtual kickoff? Yeah, I went to a live as well, by the way. Anybody do both? Okay. Lovely. Okay, so anybody done none? Anybody did none? All right, now that's important. And you're probably wondering, why have I asked those questions? I'll tell you why. There is a theme. When I was sat in the audience at the Midlands and when I was watching the virtual kickoff, there was a theme with nearly every single successful person, and that was they attend events and they get very good at promoting them. And there is a reason. And the reason is, first of all, you can't help but get infected with the enthusiasm. That's the first one. It just kind of, oh my God, it rubs off. And we took a guest to the Midlands, and to quote senior team leader Michelle Vint, she said, considering he had joined, he was the loudest person there, absolutely having a ball. And was so excited, said, oh, I can't wait. Like, so it really was good, right? And the virtual event, I have to say, hats off to Wes Linden and everybody on it, because it was fabulous. You know, considering it was on the old screen, my God, how much can you pack into 3 hours? It was incredible, wasn't it? In fact, it was so fast and furious, I was actually struggling writing my notes because I thought, this is great, fantastic little snippets of information that's useful to helping us all, helping us to get those appointments. Because guys, there is no secret to this. You've got to make some calls, and you've got to make the calls right to get the appointments, to show the presentation, and then we let them decide what's best for them. We hope both, but not everyone. And I never predetermine who wants this and who doesn't, because I've learned to my detriment that actually sometimes the people you don't think will want this will, and then vice versa. Okay, now something that was done by Wes right at the beginning and was absolutely brilliant. I'm going to ask you to write this down now, okay? Really important, because what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to complete this by next week, all right? This is going to help you. So his big question was, what are you prepared to do differently this year than you did last year? That was the big open question. I guess you should write that down if you haven't got it written down somewhere. So number one, looking at the last year, 23, which month were you most consistent? Now, you are probably going to have to go to your partner portals, okay? Go to the recognition tab. If you don't know what I'm on about, I can talk about that and show you. And you can actually highlight all of this. It's easy to see, okay? Number two, what month do you know you had more conversations than any other month of last year? Conversations, by the way, includes not just impromptu in person, but making calls. Number three, what month did you manage to gather the most customers? This is going to help you massively, I promise, I promise. Number four, what month did you gather the most team partners? Number five, what month did you manage to support the most partners? Now, some of you won't be in the situation of supporting. That's fine, okay? That's taken on board. Number six, how good was your follow-up on what you did? Number seven, which month did you do the most personal development? And number eight, which month in your team did you have the most promotions? Sorry, wrong. Which month did you have the most promotions? You personally. That might have been a plus club. Yeah. It might have been you got elevated to team leader. Yeah. Number 9. How many team had the most promotions? How many people got the most promotions? Can I say that that includes the most important one, which actually is getting to QD. I don't think people realise that of all the promotions, getting to QD is probably one of the most vital, because we all know that at the beginning, there's the least amount of skills, okay? And it is the hardest. It's definitely the hardest time. You know that you don't know what you don't know. And I find that I'm having to guide people tremendously to say, not to say certain things. Rod, what was number 6? How good was your follow-up? And then the last one of all, oh, here it comes, folks. This is going to hurt, but you've got to write it down. You've got a week to do it. How happy are you with your business? On a scale of 10, 1 to 10, 1, throw this business away. I've had enough. And 10, yes, I'm so happy. Put yourself 1 to 10, all right? And if you want to elaborate, that'll be great. I would please love you to complete that by next week, all right? Because it's going to help you. Right, so that's the first part of this. Now, what's the thing that gets the appointments? It's making contacts. So if you'd like to unmute yourselves, a little bit of interaction, hands up, and you can, then you're not just calling out. How can we get to the point of getting appointments? What's the activities that we can do? Anybody? Yeah, go on, Lindsay.
Make a phone call.
Make a phone call. Okay. But how do you get to make the phone call?
you find out about them, you talk to them early and get their phone number so you can phone them later.
How do you find out who they are?
Got to know them.
How do you get hold of them? How do you know this person? Tell me.
So sometimes the people you know well, sometimes the people you bump into, and then you talk to them and say, oh, I have something interesting to talk to you about. Now's not the time, but let's swap numbers and I'll phone you later.
Can I just say, folks, I want to say that Lindsay is coming on in leaps and bounds, this man. And I tell you what, I've seen a man that used to sit constantly at the back of the room in the corner, always turn up late. Oh my God, he was there before it even started at the Bournemouth Buzz. And there are some people that haven't even yet come to the Bournemouth Buzz and they live closer. Isn't that interesting? And I see Lindsay at events at the Midlands doing stuff, and I see him growing. So I'm going to go, excellent, excellent. We got there. Yeah. And by the way, he's on nearly 70 personal customers. This is a man that thought he could never do it. Okay, so I'm, yeah, go for it, man. Right. What other
And Lindsay was always the man that was the kindest to any new person walking in that door. Always. To me, I remember it distinctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
This is Lindsay appreciation moment. Lap it up because we really mean it. All right, excellent. Now, what other things can we do to get appointments, to make the phone calls? Come on, guys. Yes.
I do a lot of networking.
Networking. Expand on the networking.
Yeah. Okay. I've been a member of BNI for 11 years. I am actually just giving it up at the end of this month but I am getting myself around in lots of other places. There's networking all over the place. If you can go on the internet and say networking in the area you want to be in, and you will find it. And you go and you build, chat to people, just keep talking, isn't it? And build a rapport with them.
And can we just say, to expand on that, there's networking could be at the local nursery, mums getting together. It could be invite a few mums round for a coffee. Yeah. It could be all kinds of things. All right. What else do we do to get those appointments? Come on, guys. Yes, Denny.
20k giveaways, a boot sales, pantomime markets, big events, dobbies.
Yeah. And do you know what's interesting? Did you notice on the one of the groups, the Super Partners group, Peter Adams was on there. I should have said, but actually, do you know what? I think that was his 151st customer, and his quality is absolutely stunning, right? Stunning quality. But he got it from a 20k the day before. If he hadn't have been there, it wouldn't have happened. But he's also finding they've become now amazing venues for actually reaching out to people that are out to earn money as well. All right, because that's my main focus with them. What other ways do we reach out to be able to make the calls? Fran?
Current customers, I've just gone back through my list of current customers because I'm trying to sort out a broadcast message, but actually I don't want to do a broadcast message. I need to ring them directly. And I've made 2 calls today already because we've got a snow day. So I'm back, current customers.
Yeah. Can I just say, there is nothing more powerful than ringing someone. And when I hear people saying to me, I can't make phone calls, I had the most stunning conversation with a partner. And they told me that they don't chat to friends. And I just sort of sat there on the Zoom feeling a bit gobsmacked. So I said, well, how do you communicate? Oh, I chat through Messenger and that. And I'm going, that's not chatting, that's texting. That's a one-way street. It's not 2 ways. You can't hear their passion. They can't hear yours. I say this constantly, not being funny, but if you send a message out by any format, WhatsApp, Facebook, text, email, oh my God, there's loads, isn't there? By the way, I haven't got a clue what Instagram is. You're talking to a social online nerd here, all right? I haven't a clue about those things. But what I do know is if you send out a message, they could respond immediately, maybe in a minute, maybe in an hour, maybe in a day, maybe in a week, a month, maybe never. Because actually all you're doing is sending a message. It's not a conversation. And that is massive. And you know, face-to-face is best. This is probably the next thing. It's really good because we can see each other as well as talk. And then telephone is brilliant. Now, I like the telephone. I'll tell you why. Because sometimes I like the fact that they can't see me, but they can hear my voice. And I become extremely animated. And I like the fact that I can, if I wish, sit in my nightie and they don't know. My biggest worry is always that somebody will just video call me on WhatsApp. Like, no, don't do that. I'm not prepared. Okay, so now there's impromptu. We meet people out and about.
Yeah.
I ordered 500 of the broadband flyers. Can I just say, yeah? Can I just say that the broadband flyers, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Lisa's always controversial. I think they're absolutely rubbish. I'll tell you why. Because, first of all, it doesn't say anything about the cashback card, which just makes, like, blows the competition out. I've never paid for my broadband and phone because of my everyday spending. There's not a message about it. There isn't a barely thing about £400 to help you switch. If you take 3 services. So what is it? What do you have to do with it? Well, actually, you can't just put it through doors, because I tell you what, that is what everyone else does. That's like becoming the Aldi of the supermarkets, purely on price alone. And we know that doesn't work. All right. What are we? We're people that offer incredible personal customer service. It's second to none. There's no other company does it. You know, we don't provide AI bot chat. We're real human beings. None of that is on a flyer. So when I was putting them out, and I've put all 500 out now, when I was putting them out, my best thing was, oh, I just loved it. As I went to the door, they opened the door because I had a chance to just say something. I said, oh, right, I'm handing you this, but I'm so glad I'm handing it to you. Do you know what? It doesn't mention blah, 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 blah. And there's a chance at this moment to have some rapport. Isn't that what we talk about? Building relationships. So quite a few people, I said to them, it doesn't say it on there. I've been a customer for 21 years. I would never switch. It's absolutely stunning. Oh my God, if you could see my bill every month, you'd understand why I'm so animated. Can you put that down in a flyer? Can you put that in a message? No, you can't. They actually see that I'm excited about it. It's called passion. By the way, I don't become what I call a bit stupid with it. I try and, you know, what I call understated passion. Yeah. But what I've learned is it's that moment of conversation that is the clincher. It really is. And in fact, one lady came to the door and she said, have you not been to my door before? Because you mentioned that you've got chickens down the road. I said, yeah, I have. She's French, by the way. And I said, yes, I have. I said, but you've never been one of the people. I said, you know, without fail. By the way, am I allowed to tell you a little trick here? This works. I always say for every 100 people that I give this to, there's often 3 very smart people, about 3 smart people that give me a call. And then when they do, and I give them a comparison, they're absolutely over the moon. What am I psychologically saying to them? If you want to be smart, you need to give me a call. Yeah, bit of psychology without being too sarcastic, okay? So we could do neighbour letters, yeah? There's loads of things that we've got to do. The big action here is action. We've got to get an activity. Do you know what? I promise you, nobody's just going to miraculously just kind of call you from nowhere. They really aren't. You've actually got to do something. And look, guys, can I say the biggest reason why I started off with the event thing is because I have found this more and more. The defining moment sometimes isn't it what somebody says on stage. It could be someone else that you bump into. And if you don't attend to these things, you miss out massively. Right, but I am now going to just share something absolutely fabulous. And sorry if you've watched it. I don't mind saying, because this is good. Don't we love Tom Schreiter, Big Al? Oh, wow. I just love his face. But he has got so much good stuff. And he said something that I've been saying for flipping years. I know he's probably said it before me, but he just said it in a different way. And I thought, yes, the British people are the most miserable people out, aren't they? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what they love is they love to hear bad news, because it's like they thrive on it. And he's saying, give them a bit of bad news, and then you can give them some good news, and they will be more receptive. Now, the only thing I differ with Big Al is he said, do the good news, then the bad news. No, I actually think this is what I talk about. You know, I do. I say, look, start off with someone, ask them a question, because questions are the answers, Alan Pease. Say to somebody, oh my God, what do you think about, here's one that'll really get them going. Oh my God, what do you think about the whole post office scandal? Oh, wow. I tell you what, they will have their opinion on this, okay, because it is pretty dire. And I think it's a reflection of society as a whole and our government and everything. I promise you, you'll get them talking. You could probably go, and they will just blast you with stuff. And if you ask somebody, what do you think about the way that prices are going up in the supermarket, you'll find that they'll talk about it. Then you can impart the little bit of good news, and you can say, look, probably not the time or place now. Oh my gosh, I can really help you with that. And get their name and number. And you could send them a story, a UW story. Anybody watched the new one with Barry Richardson? And oh God, isn't it good? Isn't it good? Isn't it true? How often do we say that people turn to us and go, oh God, I don't know anything about utilities. Couldn't do that. And what I love is that is what they're actually imparting. So there's something grand. So impart some bad news. And you'll probably get a great reaction. And then you can tell them about a bit of good news, the way that we can help them. Yeah, really. I thought that was fabulous. Now, what else? I know I'm picking stuff up again from things, but really, really good. Now, there was quite a section about social media. Okay. So now Lisa's going to give you her stance about it. I'll tell you what, I watch hundreds of partners constantly advertising UW in every way possible on social media. And the one thing I observe is the likes, the shares, the comments are usually just other UW partners. Sorry, guys. And I'm not prepared to dye my hair purple and wear extraordinary makeup. And I'm sorry, but I am not posting 5 times a day. I do not have the time, the energy, or the inclination to spend my life on bloody social media. And I know this because I actually have it in my teams. I see these people sometimes through social media signing up for themselves. And in fact, I spoke to one today because I make the phone calls to welcome people. And I get things saying like, oh, I was trialing it out. I knew that was going to be the response. I'll tell you why, because they couldn't even sign up properly. The name was all wrong. It was in capitals and small, and it was actually repeated twice. I thought there were 2 people joining, an associate and that, and it wasn't. They hadn't even spoken to anyone. They just kind of got a link from social media. And sorry, guys, this is a relationship forming business. That is never going to profit a single thing. And I think a lot of people believe that social media is the nirvana to getting this business going fast. I don't think so. I really don't. I actually don't think you can take away the essence of how some people have built such successful businesses, and it has been through the building of relationships and talking to people. We're humans. Humans are all about relationships. We don't live in total isolation. All right. So I am now going to say that I don't think that that's going to work. There was one lady, and she was brilliant. And her name, Hannah Grover introduced her. Her name was Julie Herbert.
Oh,
Recently
yeah.
recently got to GL 100 Plus Club. And it was absolutely fascinating what she had to say. She said she talks about UW as being her rope of hope. We've all heard that, haven't we? Hold on to the rope.
Yeah.
But there you are. She said some real corkers. She said she was looking for about £600 a month. Please don't assume everybody wants thousands. They don't. Some people, £600 a month keeps the wolf from the door. And for her, it was filling the gap of the mortgage going up and everything. And by all intents and purposes, as she relayed to us, actually, she certainly didn't look like she was in dire need. You know, nice house, nice car. The only thing is, as she relayed to us, everything was mortgaged. Everything was on loan. You know, sometimes we look at people, we get this image, it's not quite what it seems. Yeah. So this has been an absolute godsend. She says, stay consistent. She says, find an accountability buddy. We all know what that is, a success buddy. Have you got someone that you're working with and speaking to regularly, weekly? If you haven't, please, please do it. I did it for 2 years with senior group leader that was in the business, and
Riley.
Sarah Riley. We actually loved it. We both agreed if we hadn't have done it, we probably would have instantly floundered. And she admitted to me that I was more proactive in making that Friday afternoon call. Come on then, what has the two of us got up to? Yeah. And actually, the funny thing is, having an accountability buddy does make you more accountable, because otherwise it's very easy to pull aside. And she said, plug into trainings. There we go. Now, I've got a couple of minutes because we started late. I just want to share a screen with you guys. Okay. Showing any moment now is my partner portal. Okay. So I'm going to go to live training and events. Okay. Right. I want to show you some very basic stuff, but it's important. If you've not done this yet, get yourself booked on Leading with Cashback webinar. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that is there are still an awful lot of partners that are not showing people in any way, shape or form properly how amazing using the cashback card is. The reason being, the people with cashback cards stay, because now it can eliminate some cost of their services. If somebody like me is getting broadband and landline and mobile for free every month because of everyday spending, am I going to switch to someone else? No. All right. So really good one. If you haven't yet booked Power Up, do it, book it, and then arrange everything else. Arrange travel, arrange accommodation, just get on and do it. I've decided this year, despite the extra £5, I'm going up on Saturday. In years past, I used to go up for the whole weekend, but I'm going up Friday, there for Saturday, staying overnight Saturday so I can get to see team on both, you know, whatever day they go. Right, what else? Here we are, a networking masterclass. Take a look. Absolutely brilliant. Then, as well as all these buzzes, oh my God, look, there's one tonight. There's a call text blast session. Just click on it. Doesn't matter where you live. Look, 7:30 to 8 o'clock, just half an hour. Hey, do it, guys. Do it. Get on it. Yeah. Right, what else? Hang on, that was down the bottom here. Being a better mentor. Brilliant. Come on, this stuff's free. Do you know it costs fortunes to get this kind of training? Okay. Insights, getting multi-service customers. Brilliant. Insights, effective recruiting. Goal setting, there's all sorts. Launch your business. I bet so many new partners have never ever been on that. And then an absolute golden nugget, telephone skilled coaching workshop. Really, really good. Do you know what I've got to say to you guys? If you don't make use of this stuff, you're missing a trick, because the interesting thing that's come from all these kickoffs, Granddad, in 1 year, in 2 years, over 600 supporting appointments that he converted. 600. What did he tell her? What did he tell us? In the lockdown period, all he kept doing was training all the time, and repeating the training, because we do not learn anything once. We all need it by repetition. Reality, yeah? When you first got in that car and you was being shown how to drive, I bet they do teach you. I do remember. I mean, they do more now, but I can remember having to do a reverse round the corner. First time, I definitely didn't do it right. In fact, I don't think I did it right for about 4 times. It had to be practiced. Yeah. We're no different with this. We need to, we really need to do things a lot. Book on some stuff, it's free. Guys, I've given you absolutely mounds and mounds of stuff there. I'm hoping you're going to come back next week. I'm hoping you're going to come back. Would you privately, when you've written your answers, if you're in my team, which a lot of you are, would you like to privately maybe take a photograph of it for simplicity, send it to me on WhatsApp, okay? And if not to me, what about send it up to your upline? So like Denny, maybe to Anna, yeah? Unless you want to send it to me, I don't mind, okay? But guys, was that helpful?
Yes.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
We'll be seeing you next week, same time, same place. I'm rushing because I'm signing someone up at 6 o'clock and then I'm training somebody at 7:30. Life is busy. All right, guys.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks,
Lisa. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.